I'm late today. I've been late all week. Been busy doing a bunch of things, and so the tent gets worked on in the morning, and then I'm down here until the live. So sometimes I'm in the middle of doing other stuff, and I get here a little late. So just wait for a few people to roll in. Oh, good morning, Pro Pyro, or good evening to you. Happy Thursday. How are you today? What's up, Ray? Good afternoon. Happy Thursday, you guys. What's up, Bernie? Good morning. I know for me it feels like morning, even though it's just hit the afternoon. It's 12:05 p.m. where I'm at. But yeah, I am tired today. It feels like first thing in the morning for me. I don't know why, even though I've been up for a long time. Good morning, Colton. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are all having a great day so far. Things are back, not back under control, but things are getting back on track in the grow tent. So it's been a good few days. Still morning here, and I'm late. Yeah, me too. I definitely did a lazy morning, but I'm just feeling tired. I need the coffee to hit, you know? But I did accidentally forget to deal with my seedlings accordingly, and we had a close call. They may or may not have dried out. What's up, Silence? Cheers! Happy Thursday, everybody. Coffee makes everything better. It really does. So yeah, I think I may or may not have let my seedlings dry out. Green, but the root looks scorched. So we're gonna see. We're gonna leave it under the paper towel for a little longer and see if those can be salvaged. Bean seeds will be here probably by I would say Monday or Tuesday. So we will be starting those in preparation. We are just going to do one entire romaine tower, and I think it'll be probably the orange one because that's clean. And then as I mentioned to you guys, the plan, because since the start of this journey, the plan has always been the yellow tower is for strawberries. Just because, like, with the flowers on the strawberry plant, I don't know, it's just like an aesthetic thing. It would look beautiful. And also, strawberries would do really well in a tower because they kind of hang, right? And they line down. And so the goal is to deal with whatever we currently have in the tower and either move it to the green tower, move it to the buckets, something, disposition it, get the yellow tower reset just like we did with the orange one, and get the cloned strawberries, which is what we're working on today, into the yellow tower. Now, been having challenges. As you guys know, I try to be as transparent as possible. What's up, Kamsari? Thank you for being here. And Colton says 10 a.m. here, just finished watering the garden. See, where I'm at, it's over, you guys. We finally got rain today, and it's a cold, not cold, but it's cool. It's not summer weather. It feels like actually today feels kind of like a spring day. It's very rainy, cool, humid. It's not a very nice day out. I kind of like those days though. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So an hour ago, I was in the garden, and yeah, Bernie says it's always 4:20 somewhere. Good morning, Corey. Happy Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. It's always a good day when we're in the grow tent. Maybe not so much last week, but this week it's a good day. So this morning, about an hour ago, I was harvesting some flowers in the garden. Go check out what I posted this morning. Some beautiful dahlias are finally opening. Like, we're September and they're just opening for the first time, which is really frustrating because I have so many dahlia plants outside and like barely any flowers or harvest. So that's been a disappointing part of my summer. But anyways, I'm out there, and I had my phone in my hand the entire time because I was filming the content, or it was on the tripod filming. But sure enough, the second that I put the phone in my pocket just to rearrange the flowers to get the shot again, a freaking hummingbird came right down, like into the bouquet that I was holding. It was, oh my gosh. It was such a nice moment. Again, for those of you that don't know, I just saw my first hummingbird like 2 days ago in my garden, and I scared it away because I freaked out because I was so excited about it. And so, yeah, I saw another one today, and I got to see it up close and personal, and they're beautiful. And that just made a wonderful morning. You know, sometimes there are periods of time where I go without connecting with the outdoors, but when I do, something cool always freaking happens. Hallie's Halls, I am growing all kinds of vegetables, hopefully some fruit. We got strawberries, watermelon, tomatoes, had cucumbers but just got rid of the plants. We got peppers, eggplant, lettuce, parsley. We got flowers, dahlias, zinnias. Thanks so much, Hallie's Hall. If you hang around for another 5, I take you guys on a tent tour. For those of you that are new here, this is the grow tent. It's a 20 by 10, 200 square foot grow tent. And I've got 5 aeroponic systems. And it's, Haley, sorry. I didn't know because the 2 L's. Sorry about that. But yeah, I have 5 aeroponic systems in here, 3 towers, 2 bucket systems, and trying to learn to grow my own food all year round, because F the grocery store, if you know what I'm saying. Haha, that's awesome. Hummingbirds are so cool. Yes, they are so cool. I love hummingbirds, and again, I've never seen one, so really, really excited about that. I've only seen a setup like this with wheat. That's so cool. Yeah, a lot of indoor growers typically are cannabis growers first and foremost, and then they grow other stuff. But for me, I'm a food girl. No cannabis in this tent. Trying to master the food first before I learn anything else. Grow lights are starting to mess with your sight. Oh my gosh, I hope not. I should actually turn them down while I'm hanging out in the grow tent. Thank you for reminding me. I have my phone on the charger. All right. What lights do I have? I have the Spider Farmer lights. I think they're 750 watts or 720, 700 and something. Yeah, so I also, the fans are like blowing in my eyes, so my eyes are so dry, I can't see shit. But yeah, guys, all right, so I'm going to take you guys on a tent tour. I'm going to show you guys what's new with the strawberry and what we're going to be working on today. So again, this is the first time I've gotten strawberries. They're not very good yet. They're, it's too hot and humid for them. So the strawberries themselves are pretty soft. They should be firmer. I'm going to show you guys in a second. All right, tent tour. Let's go. All right, so I'm not even gonna, well, I'll just show you these because I'll show you everything. See, they kind of got dried out, so we'll see what happens with that. But maybe we can salvage them. They're light bars. So these are the lights over here. They're being covered by the tomato plants. Yeah, we'll start with the tower. So you guys saw the orange tower. I powered the lights down just to keep the temperature down. Obviously, it's not operating right now. We cleaned it a couple months ago. Yellow tower is just starting to really fill out with so much parsley. So definitely going to be having my tabbouleh salad soon, which is like a parsley based salad with tomatoes. So freaking good. We've got our celosia flower that's finally starting to bloom, and these get really, really cool as they develop. They get huge, so that'll be fun to watch grow. And then these are the same plant. They're not even on the right nutrients, so they were meant to go outside and just to be started in the tower, but I don't know, I never got around to it, so they're still here. We got some basil, we got some sage, we got our mustard light, I'm reading the chat, and I'm mustard leaf. This was in the orange tower, but it was still growing, so I harvest leaves every single night and it's still growing, which is awesome. And then we've got our zinnia plant. They're not the nicest. Again, they're not on the right nutrients, so I should probably either get rid of the plant or decide what I'm doing, but it's not getting enough light, so the flowers are like flopping. But I had them in the buckets too, and I just wanted to see how it would do in the tower. The green tower, you guys, is looking so sad right now. I harvest so much less every single night. It has been so awesome having fresh salad from the garden every night. I feel so fortunate because there's like 80 plant ports and I have pretty much all of them filled with lettuce. So we're nearing the end of the green tower, which is why I'm already making plans for the yellow one. We're gonna do a little switcheroo, so all that parsley, the green tower, once we reset it. And I had such an awesome salad from this tower last night. It was like a bacon, avocado, ranch with chicken. Oh my gosh, so freaking good. And I harvested so much salad from here, and it was like an entree size. So here are the buckets. We're gonna do things the other way around this time. So these are the tomato plants. I have 9 of them here in these buckets, and they're doing pretty well. We've got, again, a lot of new flowers, a lot of new tomatoes growing. Again, I harvest every single night. So to have a supply of tomatoes every night has been really awesome, and they're finally getting to a better quality. I'm getting the nutrients right, the environment right, and so they're doing so well. I got Flora 700 watt light bar last year and loving it. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I just I saw Spider Farmer seemed like a reputable brand. They had great reviews, and they use the Samsung. There's a part of the light that like a Samsung part, which is supposed to be more durable. Your I don't want to hang out short had me dying laughing. Oh my god, me too. I couldn't even keep a straight face when I was filming the short, you guys. I was dying of laughter. It was hilarious because it's so true. Except the only thing is, I'm such a people pleaser that I'm really not that honest. I just make the plan, and I end up having to go through with it, but inside I'm secretly suffering. Did the light hangers on the towers come with the towers? Yes, so everything comes with the tower. The lid has brackets screwed into it, but if you wanted to, say, put this tower outdoors, you can unscrew the brackets and just put the tower outside without the lights, and it is outdoor rated. What up, Cannabis? Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday. What's up, Stang Man? Thank you for being here. We are in the tent tour. So yeah, we got tomatoes. That's where I left off. Yeah, so tomatoes every night. Soon we're gonna be having more. I'll show you guys in a minute, but we've got more growing over here. Bell peppers, the leaves were yellowing for a while. We gotta fill the res, it's out of water right now. So we gotta get these guys watered because they're drooping, you guys. But yeah, we've got a lot of peppers growing. We've got some here. So these are bell peppers. And there's that weird one. Got another one there. Got a couple here. What's my fizz? Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Yeah, so these are really droopy. I got to get water in these ASAP. So we're going to pause the tent tour. I'm actually just going to put water in the reservoir because clearly it's imperative. They're like drooping. So taking you guys with me, and we'll do the nutrients afterwards. Good for now. Yes, the diodes, the LED diodes. Okay, so I'm actually going to let that water run for a little bit just because the plants are drooping. All right, we'll let that run. They must have just started drooping because I didn't catch it this morning. I get sick of trimming. I bet. I've watched people do it, and it looks really mundane, you guys, but it's got to get done. Did you see? Yes, I was gonna mention that, Stangman. I was there. I watched it, and so we were just talking about the can yesterday, and we were just talking about the owner, and somebody said, what I think it was you, Stangman, who said he's like a guy or whatever, and then I thought, wow, that's so funny, he's on GCN tonight. So it was a great episode, really informative, and yeah, honestly, I would totally support the brand and purchase one. He's who I am. I don't know if he knew who I was, but I mean, GCN knows who I am, so Ganix and Bunny. So some days I post an update on my plants, and I'm like, damn it, I should have waited, because the next day they grow so much more. What's up, Dad? Happy Thursday. Thanks for being here. Happy to see you all here. Last night I harvested my first potatoes. 1.5 pounds. That is so awesome. What's up, TWC? Thank you so much for here. Hey, Brian. Good morning to you, too. I'm just going to have coffee, and then we're going to keep on with our tent tour. I had what appeared to be some droopy plants because my res was out of water. So I just refilled it, and we are going to continue. Congratulations, Death. What a wonderful way to start your day, and what a great way to like finish off the week. That is so awesome. Very, very exciting. All right, we are going to continue. So as you can see, my pepper plants, the leaves are drooping, and xylens, I use several different, and please tell me if I'm saying your handle or your name wrong. It could be like it could be like Zelenze or Xylens, I don't know. So if I say things wrong, you guys, please tell me, because I feel bad. Sometimes I mispronounce things. But yeah, I use here Flora Nova Grow, Flora Nova Bloom, and some CalMag. And I use the High Clean. I use some hydrogen peroxide, and yeah. And then yesterday I used some pH down. My pH is like way too high. Well, not way too high, but a little bit too high. We just harvested a bunch this last weekend. Russet and red Molly fingerling. Wow, that's so awesome. Congrats to both of you guys. Very exciting. We need to get you some better newts soon. So I was looking at Cultured Solutions. So there's this guy that I follow on Instagram. He is awesome. So he grows his own food aeroponically as well. And I think it's called Cultured Solutions, and his plants look awesome and his roots look great. And I know with general hydroponics, they're great, the nutrients are great, but it does stain the roots and it does clog my lines, so it's definitely a challenge. Mars isn't looking good. If you're talking about my tent, no, it's not. You guys, yesterday, before the live, I paused the water, or no, right after the live, I paused the water on these to do something, and I forgot to start it up again, and I noticed only this morning, and then there was no water in the res, and I can't believe I didn't notice this morning. Good morning, Mia, or good afternoon. Thanks for being here. So yeah, it's not looking that great. Our pH is too high. So for those of you that have not been following along, we had some issues last week, and so I was trying to nutrients back on track, and we're in the process, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I always remember the light, sure. But yeah, so these are getting a little yellow. I think it's just because of the pH, and but yeah, the watering also. So I'm well aware that the plants are having a rough day today, but this is what it's all about, you guys. I'll just show you everything. We're not trying to hide anything. This is the life of the garden. There are good days and there are bad days, just like in real life. What up, G4T? Happy Thursday. So there's our watermelon. It's actually been growing more over the last couple of days. It's definitely still growing, so we're gonna give it more time. Yes, these are the Chinese 5-color peppers. So next week, you guys, we're gonna be making hot sauce, so stick around, but it's going to be awesome. So yeah, the red is the spiciest, orange second, yellow third, and then there's like this beige color. Purple is supposed to be least spicy, but it's still effing spicy. And yeah, obviously we got all our tomatoes here. Those are doing well. The dahlia flowers also the dahlia plant is also doing well. This is my first time growing dahlias aeroponically, and yeah, I'm so excited. Got another bud over here. What up, Ganix? Good afternoon. Just moving my little dehumidifier aside, so it's working, but it just works very slowly. So yeah, gotta do a vacuum in here. And then this is our strawberry plant. She's definitely looking better than she was. We're gonna be doing some work on her today. There's some strawberries that are getting like a little too ripe, that are too soft, that I can't really eat. So we're gonna have to pick those, deal with those, and get this plant kind of cleaned up. And I'm gonna pick some runners and get her cloned. We've got our little clone here and our clone over here, which is already starting to flower. And yeah, what do we got going on? We got these tomatoes over here in the second bucket system. Big clusters. These are clones of the ones I just showed you. Some more coming up. That's just one plant, you guys. A lot of tomatoes on one plant. And then this is the other one. So yeah, we'll see how everything continues to do, but I think we're out of the woods from last week. We had a scare to get rid of half of the plants. Eggplant is doing like obnoxiously well. Look at the size of this leaf. It's massive. We've got a few of them, and the new pepper plants are doing exceptionally well. So as you can see, this one's getting watered. That one not so much, but that's okay. We're gonna get that fixed up. We just gotta give it a little bit of time, and the water's running right now. So by the way, we gave our roots a trim last week, and a month ago I removed or maybe 3 weeks ago, I removed the foam collar or the hydro clay. So now we have no grow medium other than just foam collar, and roots are looking much better. Everything was like rotting before, and yes, they are stained, but they're still clean. Like, they're not looking too bad. Yes, the tomatoes are cherry variety. They're tri-color cherry tomatoes. They're actually seeds from tomatoes I got from the grocery store, but they're great, and I get a guild, and they taste great. Honestly, I snack in here all the time. Ordinary random guy. I love your handle, by the way. Yes, it would be, and that's the next project is root crop. So I'll show you the dahlia plant. So even though we have a bit of root rot on the dahlia, the root system is a tuber, and so the tubers are kind of like ginger or turmeric. So it is a form of a root, not a root vegetable. Is it a root vegetable? It's a root crop. And I'll show you. That's a freaking good tomato, you guys. So the tuber's starting to form. So what I would do for root vegetables is just cut the net pot, cut the bottom of it, just leave the foam collar in, and let the root hang. So whether it's potatoes or beets. But yeah, that's the next project. Root vegetables. So I'm trying to like prepare myself, and I don't know what that means necessarily, because I have never gotten this far with a grow before. In this journey, I've never gotten this far before. I've only gotten up until like 6 months, and the amount that I've harvested this round is probably more than I've harvested ever since I started, which it's only been 3 runs. This third run, third time's the charm, literally. But yeah, so because of that, I don't know how long these tomatoes are going to give me fruit. I don't know how long certain plants are going to last, especially if there's no winter and there's no need to overwinter. I really don't know what that looks like, and so it's difficult for me to plan, you know, a reset. So really I would just have to be prepared. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I still have time, you know, we're almost September, but really, if I want to be eating stuff by, you know, December, January, I have to do it now. I have to start the seed now. So, what does that look like? Does that mean, you know, resetting one bucket system and, you know, emptying it out and putting in stuff like winter crops that I want to try? Or, yeah, I don't know exactly what that means, but I have to really think about it, and I'm running out of time. I grew a beet in our tower outside last year, was just messing around, so the seat swallowed the basket I put it in, had to cut it out of the oh, the beet. Wow, yeah, so you have to cut the basket portion of the net pot. If I was going to start a water grow, do you recommend an air pump to bubble the water, a sprayer, or a dripper? Okay, so I don't really understand the purpose of an air pump. Is just to like add oxygen to the water, like a bubbler? Or sorry, yeah, like wouldn't hydrogen peroxide add oxygen to the water? I don't know. So I don't know anything about a bubbler or an air pump to bubble the water. I would probably do a sprayer. The towers are kind of more of a drip, and I prefer the high pressure, like the mist or the sprayer, because it just targets the root zone better, and I feel like it's oversaturating the root. I mean, I have yet to put the towers on a timer, so maybe I haven't really experienced the drip in comparison to the mist or the spray. But for me, I love the high pressure aeroponics, just because even though it's a pain in the ass to operate, because you know your line clogged, you got to take shit apart, put it back together. It's a lot, but I love it. What up, Reef Commander? And what's up, Cody? But I really think, Ganix, you'd love the high pressure aeroponics. That's fascinating. I'm sure you will knock it out of the park. Perhaps dedicate staging of growth. I'm in Ohio and I'm outdoors mostly, so I'm interested in the year-round ideal. Yes, yes. And the thing is, I was just talking about this yesterday. For some reason, because I've only had 2 runs prior to this, I started them in like April or May, and then I have them, you know, maybe for like 6 months. And then by October, November, closing up shop, we're resetting, and then whatever has caused me to reset the tent pisses me off enough where I throw in the towel for like a few months. And then again, come springtime, I feel motivated again, I feel better. So it's like, but that's when you should be growing outdoors, you know what I'm saying? So this is my first time really with the intention of, now that I have the experience and the knowledge and I understand how things are supposed to work, it'll be really interesting to navigate these next several winter months, you know. So that's going to be cool. You know, now going live in the garden, everybody's going live in the garden because of season, right? But it'll be cool when we get to go live in the winter and there's just like a plethora of food. So you should look at well, it depends on what you're looking to grow, Ganix. But yeah, like if you're looking for cannabis, as long as it's on a timer, maybe the drip is the way to go. I don't know. Because the thing with high pressure aeroponics is it's fun, I love it, but it is more maintenance probably than a drip for sure. I went in my tent last night and everything was dried out and wilting. Oh well, start something different, it happens. Ah, that sucks, main dad. Too busy taking care of your daughter's garden, huh? Like in a freshwater fish tank, there's special CO2 tanks. Yeah, and in a fish tank too, they have bubblers, I think, right? Morning, Canadian Outdoor Strain. How are you? How's everybody doing today? It's a great day in the grow tent, even though we had a lot of user errors this morning. I forgot to turn back on one of my systems, and the other one, I forgot to fill the res, and okay, the plants are forgiving. So today's project is to focus on cloning. We're going to try to clone as many plants as possible. Strawberry runners to get as strawberry plants as possible. As you guys know, the last time we did this, I used a root ball. I really enjoyed that method. We did A and B testing. We tried also, so we did 2 methods. We used a root ball with a sponge and encased the runner in that and did not separate it from the plant, just left the runner on the plant and had the runner covered. And it rooted twice as fast as the runner that we separated from the mother plant, and propagate in water like you would a tomato cutting or whatever. So that was interesting. So we're gonna try with the root ball again. The only thing is the root balls I think are 2 inches, and so it can get kind of crowded. So we're only gonna do 2 at a time. But the goal is to fill this yellow tower. So the yellow tower is gonna get reset, not this weekend, but most likely next weekend. I will keep you guys posted on that, but it's going to be another like tower takedown weekend like we did with the orange, where, you know, on a Saturday we do the tear down and on Sunday build it back up again. So yes, my hope is that, because in all honesty I do have the color, you know, light goes through, and sometimes they have algae buildup in the inner walls of this yellow tower, and I don't have that problem with the orange or the green. But my hope is that if I can clone enough strawberry plants and get them large enough to cover the walls of the tower, then, you know, the tower will already be covered, because these large here where you have the large plants, there's no algae at all. The leaves are block light, and there's no issues. So there's also on the other towers like some algae that, because of the way I put it back together, I didn't set it properly, and so there's water trickling on the outside, and so you'll see algae when I show you guys the other towers. But the yellow one is kind of, so we're gonna see how it goes. But I really just want to try. And our mother plant that I have right now that's fruiting, we're gonna leave that in buckets, because just in case, right? Like just in case for whatever reason the tower doesn't work out for the strawberries, then at least we still have a mother plant to clone from. So the goal is to clone her as much as we can. I don't know if I want 80 plants, because there's 80 plant ports, but can you imagine having 80 strawberry plants? Reef Commander says, I don't use bubblers in my tanks, but I have pumps with waterfall chambers that create oxygen. You could always do the same thing if you have a return hose sit above the water line. True. I mean, technically, the water return bubbles the water. Yeah, I do have a bubbler by default. All right, so I'm gonna get myself set up here for our strawberry cloning project. I think we'll start with 4 for now. We'll see how much space we have in the buckets. Strawberries are awesome. Nobody would refuse gifted strawberries. Exactly. And the thing is, I want to be able to have things that are off season in the winter, right? So like if I get the tower going, it'll probably be fruiting by the fall, and it'll be like mature enough with good flavored fruit by the winter. And so to have fresh strawberries like that, oh my gosh, in the winter when it's cold and snowing outside, be freaking wonderful. All right, so I've got these are the root balls that we used last time. They are plastic 2-inch root balls. They snap shut, and on either end there's a spot for the stem to go through, or the whatever, yeah, the runner. And so yeah, we're gonna use a sponge to keep things saturated inside the root ball. All right, so how many do I have here for? All right, so I've got 4 sponges, and I'm going to fill, I'm gonna just use this as my tray to work in. It's just a humidity dome, the one I forgot to put back on my plants last night, or my seedlings last night. So I'm just gonna saturate the sponges in water. I'm just using distilled water. We want to get them really saturated because the runner needs to stay moist so that it'll root. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about when I say runner, for those of you that don't know. Strawberries have a lot of, I'll show you guys. I was going to say strawberries have a lot of runners. When you're explaining something, you're not supposed to use the word that you're explaining. Clearly, I do a bad job. So, for example, right here, this is the strawberry plant. And right here is the strawberry runner. So this is pretty much a growth node where if it were kept saturated and in the dark, would root very quickly. And so that is what we're going to do. We're going to wrap a sponge around the growth node and encase it in a root ball. And we're going to do that with 4 of them at a time and get, I don't know, we'll try to get 4 plants, and then, you know, we'll get those settled and we'll do some more and we'll see. Obviously there isn't a lot of space to work with because she's taken a lot of surface area up, but that's today's project. So get my gloves on. So Saturday, so normally I live every day at noon. Saturday, I actually have to help a cousin who is in BC in Vancouver, and he's coming to go to school here, and so I'm going to help him move to school. And so I will not be doing my regular live at noon on Saturday. It's going to probably be a really early one. Like when I say early, like the crack of dawn. So, yeah, if you guys want to come hang out, that'll be on Saturday, early live. But tomorrow, I will be here, and we're going to be starting some seeds tomorrow. What's up, Don? Thank you for being here. Happy day. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing now. I've got my polyurethane sponges. The last time I did this, I used my black sponges, but I just don't have them handy right now. So we're just saturating with distilled water. I have my root ball ready, and we are... Oh my god, that's hilarious. Dad says you're up at like 5 a.m. So it'll be 6 a.m. live. I'll be asleep still. No, I'll probably do it. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Maybe at like 8 o'clock. We'll see. It'll be a short one when I have my morning coffee. Maybe while I feed my dog or something. I'll do a live while I feed my dog. Just to say good morning to you guys. I need times because I will not be voluntarily awake. LOL. Well, thanks for the times that you do join. Appreciate you. You're so welcome, Don. Hope you have a great day. It's feeling like Bonnie Tyler. What up, really? LOL, just yanking your chain. I'll try to make it. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, so we're gonna walk over to the strawberry plant. I'm gonna make this my workstation. I'm gonna move this out of the way. You know what, guys? If I could sleep in, I would, I'm an early bird. I cannot sleep in. Sleeping in me is like sleeping until 6. That's like a treat. I don't know why, I just can't. But fall asleep early, no freaking problem. Just put me in front of the TV with some snacks and I'll pass the F out real early. All right. I used to be able to, but now I'm the same way. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just can't sleep in. I honestly wish I could do that. The world is very peaceful before 7 a.m., but I'm always too comfy to get up. Yeah, I know. The world is so peaceful. When I go on my walks early in the morning, all I have to deal with are like bunnies and squirrels. Those of you that know me, you know that I, you know that I hate people. All right, so got our root ball, and I've got my saturated sponge. So I'm gonna flip you guys around actually and show you what I'm doing. Thanks so much, TWC. Appreciate it. All right, so here we have our strawberry plant. For those of you that just joined, we are cloning her. So we're gonna root the runners using a root ball. The first thing I'm going to do is just kind of free up this runner, get it out of the way because all the leaves are kind of all tangled up. All right, so here she is. She's going to become her own plant very soon. All right, so the sponge is saturated and I'm just putting it in the root ball. Now the goal is to also make sure that the runner is long enough to fit in the ball, because last time, if you guys watched, I accidentally moved it out of the root ball because it was too short. So there it is. The goal is to, I'll just zoom in for you guys. The goal is to encase it so that it'll be covered and stay moist. And then we're just closing up the root ball. And it just snaps shut. You want to make sure that your the other end of the strawberry obviously is over here inside the root ball, but sticking out of the hole. And then just shut that flap. Oh, I already screwed up. So there's one. Here's another one, but I feel like it's kind of too close. We're gonna try. Because the root ball does get heavy, right? So you want to do it on a surface where it can kind of like rest. So we're gonna try this one, but I hope you guys know what I mean when I say like long enough. If this end isn't long enough, then it can get challenging. Yeah, I think it's root balls like are common, but people use them to clone maybe things outdoors. You know, you put a little bit of soil or something, but I use it. My first run, I tried it with the strawberries and it was successful. So I was like, you know what is the method I'm going to use to clone, because I've also tried, like I mentioned before, I've tried propagating, separating it from the mother plant and rooting it in water, and it works. It takes a lot longer, and it puts stress on the clone. And so I found this way to be easier, because you're like rooting it while it's still connected to its mommy, you know, and then you cut it after. There it is. So these are each going to become their own plant. I think it would work with anything, to be honest. So we've got two. What else are we going to do? We're going to try to find another one where we can like get support, but also not disrupt the whole plant. All right, we got one in here. That's why I think this is great for the yellow tower, because there's just so much foliage, and because it vines, like the way the tower is designed, I think it's going to do exceptionally well in the grow tower, as long as I keep the drip on a timer, right? Because right now we don't have them on a timer, and it's definitely, you know, harming us, not helping us. Oh shoot, you see what I did there? I took one of the stems from this runner and put it in here. All right, we're gonna separate that. Actually, you know what, we're gonna take the end, we're just gonna cut it. There we go. All right. You should soak it in a rooting hormone. You know what? I try not to use any kind of sprays or hormones or anything on the plants unless I absolutely have to. And fortunately, the strawberries are like tomatoes, very, very easy to clone. And so, you know, if it were something more challenging clone, absolutely I would use something, but I haven't had any problems yet. So what I'm gonna do first here is I'm gonna get rid of like these little growth bits, just so that they like decompose in the root ball. All right, so here we've got our growth node. You're gonna see in a few days we're gonna have a bunch of roots, and then we'll be able to separate it from the mother plant. Alright, so we've got 3 clones in the works. Moving on, I'm going to try to turn the plant as gently as possible. So I'm just gonna look through here. Like these, oh my gosh, the plant is so bushy that I'm like missing strawberries that are freaking decomposing. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so if I have another runner that I can find, like right here somewhere, then it'll fit in this corner. There's one all the way down there, but man, this plant is just all over the place. So yeah, right now I'm just doing a little cleanup and kind of taking a closer look at the plant, because she's like I said, growing all over the place, but she is doing well, so I am happy with the progress. Yeah, we have a runner here, but it is like very tight to work with. Oh, one right here. But again, look at all the strawberries that are being produced on this runner. So I don't know if I want to clone this one right now, just because it's doing so good that I'm not gonna like cut it off. But pretty much anywhere there's a growth node. So here we've got one, but it's so young. Yeah, the plant is producing quite well. What's up, Les? Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. So yeah, guys, this is what we're doing right now. So I'm just going to continue as I talk to you guys. But yeah, so I'm just looking for a fourth runner. I would like to be able to clone 4 plants. You know, if I could do 4 plants every couple days, I'll have enough in no time. You know, if my date is like 2 or 3 weeks to get the orange tower or the yellow tower going. But yeah, we got a lot of growth here, you guys. Alright, so we've got one actually over here. So I'm gonna just put you guys over here. Probably see better. Got one last one that I'm going to try to squeeze in right over here. Because it's not fruiting or anything, and it's just leaves, so it's perfect. Alright. So there's our root ball with our sponge. Got my runner, getting it in the sponge. There we go. So I have a total of 4 clones in the works. I'm just gonna kind of get the leaves untangled so that we can get some better airflow going here. No, the sponge is just wet with distilled water. I've tried different methods. Obviously, it does the best when when I water my seedlings, I water them with distilled water, a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, and a little bit of the Florinova Grow. And so that's what I water the root ball with every day. So what I do is I have a little nozzle kind of water a squirt bottle and I stick it in there and I water it every day. But I don't know what the pH is, but it works. So yeah, here we have 1 clone, 2 clone, 3 clone, and 4 clone. So there's the original stem. Inside is the runner, saturated in water with sponge. And then there we have our future plant, which once it roots, will separate it from the mother. So just kind of add some aloe. I've never heard of that. Or aloe. I don't know what aloe is. But there we go. There's our strawberry plant. We have more on the way. We've got a couple of clones here already growing. And the goal is to fill the yellow grow tower. Yeah, that's what I'm, aloe vera. I've never heard of that. Well, I don't know if it's aloe vera or maybe aloe something else. Anyways, guys, so yeah, we're gonna get hopefully that filled, but this plant is just doing so freaking well. Aloe vera is good for roots. I've never, that is so interesting. I'll definitely have to try that. What does it do for the roots? I'll have to look it up. Very, very fascinating. I had no idea. No idea. All right, hang on 1 second here. Get back on track. Oh, honey. As for root hormone, I've never seen any great difference in results. I've never tried a root hormone before. I was saying to you guys that somebody in the chat once asked if I use mycorrhiza or if you can use it in aeroponics. So I looked into it, and while you can't use it in aeroponics because it needs to actually come into contact like with a substrate, it is good health, and we could use it at the seed starting point. So that's something I would implement for better roots overall. But for cloning, yeah, I've never tried using a root hormone. Using aloe vera gel as a natural rooting hormone is an inexpensive and environmental friendly alternative to synthetic rooting hormones. That is a fantastic idea, Stagman. We're going to try that. The next round of strawberries that we clone, I'm going to source some aloe vera, make sure that it doesn't have any stabilizers or anything like you do at the store, and I'm gonna try that. What I should do is grow my own aloe, process it, make my own gel, and then use that as my own rooting hormone. Very, very cool. Sandeep is asking, do I have daisies? No, I've got these. These are called zinnias. They're on their way out. These ones, I gotta get rid of these, you guys. They've been harvested for a month and a half. How they're still, well, this one is gone now, but we're gonna collect the seeds. So I'll show you guys, actually, while we're here. So these are zinnia flowers, and once they get mature to a certain degree, you pull the petal, and at the base of the petal, you've got your seed. And so you just let that dry out, and you've got flowers for next year. So we're going to collect the seed on those. But that's what we're going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be starting some. So what's funny is, like, I can't wrap my head around planning the food for the winter, but I can wrap my head around planning the flowers for the winter. And what would be so awesome is to have, flowers that are just popular in the summer that will enjoy when they have their gardens. I'll get to enjoy all year round, and so that's all something I'm focused on. So tomorrow we're going to start some zinnia seeds. We're going to start our Armenian cucumber seed to replace our cucumbers that we had to take down. I had something to it when I had only one cucumber plant at a time. And we also have the watermelon plant going, which is highly susceptible to the same type of diseases. So we're gonna take things slow, you guys. We're gonna take it slow. Just one cucumber plant. I've gotten a lot of comments saying that the Armenian cucumber is the best way to go for aeroponics because it is a heavy yielder and it's just continuously produces for an extended period of time. So that is the plan in terms of cucumber. And tomatoes, we're still moving and grooving. The plants are growing every day. Peppers, same. So, and we've got eggplant. It's going to be our first egg experience. So we'll see how that goes for us. So yeah, tomorrow, starting seeds. We're going to, you know, over the course of the next week, be cloning a lot of strawberries, preparing for the yellow strawberry tower. And in the next, I want to say, we're going to do it 2 consecutive weeks. So 1 week, so I think not this weekend, but we'll take down the green tower, and the following weekend we'll take down the yellow tower and kind of get things cleaned up and reset and do a new round of lettuce and herbs. What's up, Wickershire? Good morning. I think like a 75-foot cucumber plant in the grow tent. Yeah, exactly. Experience, exactly. So yeah, all good stuff in the grow tent, you guys, but that's it for today. I'm working a video. I know I've been getting a lot of questions about the cost of getting started or doing something similar to what I have. So I'm going to be on that in the next couple of days, hopefully by early next week. And we'll get a video out there for you outlining kind of all the information and costs. Just got in, done filming, complaining for today. Wickershire, you've got some great content. Honestly, I got lost watching your videos. What you guys are doing is awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so this couple of weeks are going to be really exciting. If you guys are interested in kind of seeing things to finish, you know, from seed to harvest, come hang out. It's fun to follow along the journey and see how things grow and develop, and you know, even the challenges I have or whatever it is. It's fun for you guys, and it's cool for me because I have a document of it. So you know, I can look back at all my lives and everything is documented. Hoping for something cool next year. You'll be getting something cool soon because I'm going to send you some Chinese 5-color pepper seeds for sure. I won't have issues sending those. I'll buy like a musical birthday card or something, and I'll embed the seeds inside so that I don't have to like pay extra or something. Because a lot of people have been telling me they have problems shipping seeds to the United States from Canada or vice versa. You do a great job at it, Wickershire. Your channel's awesome. I love your content. Yes, Les. TWC, can you stay longer on this live? Unfortunately, I can't. You got, you know, that's show business. You got to leave the people wanting more. I'm just kidding. No, but I'll be back tomorrow, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Nat just wants a partner to cry with. Those better not be stupid. Ha ha. Oh, by the way, last night I was like, oh, because I had a freaking awesome salad last night. And I said to myself, ooh, maybe I can throw some of my cowboy candy on the salad. I tried one of those jalapenos. I'm still dying today. That chest, I've had heartburn since. I can't get rid of it. Those peppers are so fucking spicy. Crazy. Can't even cross the land border with them in your car without risking a search. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I had seeds detained upstate New York. Well, Wickershire, sorry. Second burn, baby. Twice the fun. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got heartburn like you wouldn't believe. All right, guys. Well, catch me tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. It's Friday. We're going to have some fun. We're going to check in on our clones. We are going to, I don't know, what did I say tomorrow? Oh yeah, starting seeds. We're starting seeds tomorrow. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Everyone, wishing you wishing you the best day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time. See you guys. Thank you, everybody. And I appreciate you all. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Wickershire, expect an email from me soon. Bye, guys.